another session. So today we are going to discuss Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and this is a repeat session. In fact, if you remember, the first session I have taken was on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which was Sunday morning. Reason I would like to repeat is that time many people could not attend because it was early morning and the message was not actually reached, and many people attended it. So what we'll do today, we'll not actually go in detail because many people have attended it. So at least next, I think we have 1 hour. Half an hour I'll spend on theory. I will try to squeeze, and half an hour we'll go through the MCQs on the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Okay, and the MCQs I expect actually you guys should actually answer the MCQs, and we'll see. And during while answering the MCQ, I'll also tell how to arrive at right answer. So how exactly you can eliminate, how exactly you can actually check which are the kind of incorrect answer beginning. So some of the tips and tricks you can start, and maybe starting from today we'll start more focusing on the MCQ along with theory. Okay, so that by end of the session we'll take a full 1 or 2 papers. Okay, by end of it. That's the overall plan. Okay, so we'll start. So as all we know, Patanjali Yoga Sutra is one of the fundamental text, okay, in Yoga Darshan, and Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali, as we learned yesterday, Maharshi Patanjali is founder of one of the six darshana, which is called as a Yoga Darshan. So in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there are 196 sutras or 195. You can remember both or remember one of them. Okay, so both are answer correct. In Samadhi Path, there are 55 sutras. So Samadhi Path talks about what is a goal. Okay, why exactly you want to talk about. He start actually with goal. Okay, so it takes about Samadhi, details of the Samadhi, then what are the
समाधि
obstacles
बाद
in
में
the yoga.
51 ही है. हेलो.
Yeah, there are 51 sutras in Samadhi Path.
हाँ.
Okay. Then there is Sadhana Path. Sadhana Path में 55 सूत्र है. So Sadhana Path talks about the Kriya Yoga. It talks about the Ashtanga Yoga, about the five kleshas. So Sadhana Path talks about the how part. It. Samadhi Path talks about why we should do it. What is end goal? Sadhana Path talks about what is the way, how exactly we should do it. This is like a prescription or the method. So Maharshi Patanjali gives the method how exactly you can reach a goal, which he described in Samadhi Path. Now, next path or chapter is Vibhuti path. So Vibhuti is a Sanskrit word. Vibhuti is nothing but yogic powers. It has 56 sutras. Okay, it talks about Sanyama. It talks about Siddhis. Siddhi is nothing but a yogic power. So what Patanjali Maharshi says that as we go along in the path of the yoga, we start with Ashtanga Yoga, then you to Kriya Yoga. These are the step by steps. Okay, as we are seriously goes and you regularly start doing the practice, you also get some powers or some powers with this. One is obviously the concentration of mind comes up, but along with lot of powers comes which we used to hear from our mythological stories that okay, the gods are able to fly, okay, in the air. They are becoming as big as hill. Okay, they are able to become small. They're able to communicate with each other through mind. All these powers, okay, has been described in Vibhuti Path. I suggest all people after the exam, at least you should go through Patanjali Yoga Sutra completely. There are small books available which talks about name of the sutra and the definition of, or its definition in Hindi or English. Okay, what is the translation? You should go through it. It's like an amazing text. It's developed 1,000 years of ago. Okay? Then the last pada is a Kaivalya path. Kaivalya path is nothing but the ultimate goal. Okay, Kaivalya. Okay, so it talks about what are the three gunas, what are the liberation, why exactly liberation happens, okay, and what how to achieve this end goal. So this is talks about the summary of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Okay. So what we need to remember, how many sutras, okay, how many padas, and each padas how many sutras are there. And also it will come like question will come that Kriya Yoga is part of which pada. Then the options will be Samadhi, Sadhana, Vibhuti, and Kaivalya. Such kind of questions will come, which we'll also see in today's question answer session. Okay. So first we'll actually quickly discuss about the Samadhi part. In the Samadhi path, the first sutra talks about Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So, what is he actually first sutra he talks about what is the purpose of this text or Patanjali Yoga Sutra's text or the book. He's saying is that now I'm going to explain about what is a yoga. In fact, today morning I got opportunity to attend Srinivas Pullari's lecture. Okay, he's taking the Patanjali Yoga Sutra for entire 1.5 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. He only explained Atha Yoga Anushasanam. 1 hour 15 minutes. I think it's amazing. I have put up my notes. Maybe after the exam, I will also share with you guys. So, what is the definition of Atha? What is a yoga? What is Anushasanam? What are the how exactly? Only one sutra,
Okay.
okay, is 1 hour 15 minutes explained. Such a kind of actually kind of compressed knowledge is available. I'm just giving kind of this one. And even if you read the Raj Yoga book from Swami Vivekananda, each sutra he has given at least 2 or 3 or 4 kind of pages of the explanation. Okay, so so why it is called a sutra? Why it is not called a shloka? So I'll just give 2 seconds on it. So shlokas like Bhagavad Gita shloka or other Bhagavatam shloka. Okay, shlokas are like a interpretation of any concept. But when you say sutra, sutra has to be 2 or 3 qualities. It has to be precise. It has to be concise. It should talk about the truth, and it should be to the point. So if you see all the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, all sutras, either they are one line or 2 lines. You'll not find actually 4 or 5 lines like shlokas, like in Bhagavad Gita, 3, 4 lines kind of big shloka there. They will not be there, and it will be precise, concise, not a single word. Okay, will be the extra word or extra use, or a single word is actually useless. Okay, that's called a sutra. This is just like a little bit digression. Then he talks about Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So, what is yoga? Yoga is nothing but restraining the modification of the mind stuff is yoga. Mind is more important. And then he talks about when you are actually able to restrain the modification of the mind stuff, what happens afterwards? Okay, he said that tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. Then the sir means the sadhak or the person who is doing the sadhana is get established in his own essential nature. Own essential nature is own nature because over the period of time, okay, due to various conditions, our mind, okay, get actually modified, mind get actually diverted. So many factors come into picture. So we lose our own nature, and our actually different nature comes up. So yoga helps him to establish ourselves, okay, in own form. So I will now spend some time on this. This is a very important topic. Last time also we spent. So what is a chitta? Okay. So chitta is the overall concept used in many Sanatan texts, either in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Upanishads. Okay. So a lot of texts. So in chitta is actually 2, 3 components. One is ego. Ego is antakarna, is referred as antakarna. There is a mind, is a manas. Then intellect is a buddhi. Then the memory is a chitta. Okay, so chitta actually is overall chitta called. Out of that, actually memory is also called. So in Upanishad, chitta, buddhi, ahankara, and manas. These are the 4 components are considered as part of antakarna. Okay, but in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, okay, there is no reference of buddhi. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra point of view, you can consider as a chitta. Patanjali can consider as a buddhi, okay, of the Sankhya philosophy. Just for additional knowledge, not from exam perspective. So this is very important. There are so I'll be going little bit faster pace today because since it's a repetition. If you have any queries, you can stop me in between. Okay, so I'll just keeping kind of faster pace because I have to finish and maybe I'll go into the question answer session in the end. So there are 5 types of the state of the minds, and you can always. And in fact, I use this also in practical. So whenever you feel okay, there is we are disturbed. Whenever you feel you are not happy, or whenever you feel happy, you can always ask yourself in which category we are falling. Are we shipta? Shipta means completely disturbed. Are we in mudha state, that is completely dull? Okay. Are we in vikshipta state, that is distracted? Are we in ekagra state, that is in one pointed state where we are completely concentrated, or are we in niruddha state? So that is it's like yogic states where we actually gone beyond concentration or more of the samadhi stage. Okay. So you can consider these are the states, but there is also one good shortcut, okay, to remember it. So when you are in Shipta, that means your mind is like a monkey. Okay, so it's completely dull. You don't feel completely disturbed. Okay, is completely disturbed. Okay, sorry. So when you're Mudha, then it's called as a is donkey. So Mudha is a donkey. You are completely in kind of a donkey stage. That means you are completely standstill. You don't feel doing anything. Okay, you just like feel like, okay, I should be lie on the bed, okay, for the entire day. Okay, so you feel, so that is a Mudha state of the mind. When you are at a Shifta state of the mind, okay, you are in the monkey. So that means you are actually moving from one thought to other thought. Okay, you are more of the restless. You don't feel actually sitting with one place. You will start watching the TV, and after 5 minutes, okay, you will start feeling the eating is will not actually finish. You will start actually going something. So you are completely wandering from one activity to other activity, like monkey. So monkey just like a jump from one branch of the tree to other branch of tree. It actually start actually. Then comes a Kshipta. Vikshipta. Vikshipta is like a butterfly stage. So butterfly stage means you are getting the good thought, and moment you are getting the bad thought. You are getting actually a very good feeling the moment you are getting the depressed feeling. So that is called as a Vikshipta state of the mind. Then there comes the Ekagra state. Ekagra state is more of you are concentrated. Okay, you are one pointed. So if you are doing the work, you are completely into it. Where, for example, if you are attending this session, you are completely listening to me. Your mind is actually not wandering anywhere. So that is called as ekagra. But you can also check it which state of your mind is that. If you are listening to me, but your mind is actually thinking what I am going to do after 7 o'clock. Okay, what is to eat or to perform for the dinner? What is my appointment tomorrow? Okay, then either you are in vikshipta state or the shifta state, or you're feeling that I should not even attend this session, okay, I should sleep, then you are in Muda state. Then the Niruddha. Niruddha state is absolute control. It's you are in a kind of samadhi state. So each state has some influence of the guna. Okay. So in Mudha state, you are more influenced on the tamas good. So that is inertia. In a Kshipta stage, you are more influenced on the rajas. Okay, so that's what you are a Kshipta means activity. You are restless. You are doing one activity, you are going to another activity. Okay, then Vikshiptas is kind of butterfly stage, so partially concentrated. You have mix of Sattva guna and Rajas guna. So you are getting the good thoughts. Okay, then Sattva influence. Then you are getting you feel again getting into influence of the Rajas guna. So it's a mixed thought. When you are ekagra, concentrated, you are in a pure sattva. But when you are niruddha, okay, we are in complete samadhi, you are gunatit. You are going beyond guna. Okay, I'll not go in much in details, but at least remember first column and second column. This is more important. The questions will come. Chitta is which guna, or mudha is influenced by which guna. Okay, so tamas guna is influenced which state of the mind. Such kind of questions will come. So you should understand this concept clearly. So these first two columns is more important. Okay. Now Patanjali talks about what is actually state of the mind. Okay. Then he talks about what are the factors which are the actually essential for the modification of the mind. So our mind is there. What actually causes our mind to be get modified? Why so? Because if we born with say sattva dominant, okay, if you see that any uh, child, okay, he's completely innocent, okay, but why that innocence actually goes away and you get dominated with rajas and tamas guna? Okay, what are those kind of factors? Okay, so uh, he talks about five factors. Vrittaya, panchataya, klishta, aklishta. Vrittis. Vritti is nothing but the modifications. There are five, and some are good, and some are actually bad. So which are those five? Pramana, Viparaya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smrutayaha. Okay, so these are the five sets. First is the Praman. So Pramana Vritti is actually good Vritti. That is, Praman is nothing but a right knowledge. And how you get the right knowledge? You get right knowledge, okay, from three sources. Okay, pratyaksha, anumana, agama, pramanani. That is pratyaksha. That is I'm saying pratyaksha. That's I'm actually saying is or so. So you are able to see me. You are able to see the presentation. That is
Gaudeji has left.
No voice, sir.
There must be some connectivity problem. All of a sudden, must be some connectivity problem. You have to wait, he'll come back.
भरूला की वॉइस नहीं है क्या?
ऑल ऑफ ए सडन वो धनंजय जी का डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया कहीं, इसलिए आवाज नहीं आ रही है। और कुछ कनेक्टिविटी प्रॉब्लम
दिख नहीं रहा।
वेट करना होगा।
मैसेज भी दिख नहीं रहा।
नहीं तो कनेक्टिविटी का प्रॉब्लम है तो कैसे दिखेगा मैसेज भी?
अच्छा,
Bindi, Loki.
sorry, my connection got dropped. Can you hear me?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So we are talking about Viparya. Viparya is nothing but wrong knowledge. We are mistaking the reality with something else. That is called as Viparya.
No, sir, we were talking about Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha was not completed and it was disconnected.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. So what was the last sentence you heard? I think I didn't. Can you just explain me?
It was about Agama.
Okay, Agama. Okay, okay. So, Pramana, the right knowledge is actually derived from the three sources, that is Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Agama. Agama is nothing but is our sacred text like Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, okay, or even Patanjali Yoga Sutra we can consider as Agama. So that means this is some kind of facts written there, and you can consider those as a right knowledge. For example, state of the mind, modification of mind, all this knowledge, maybe 5 or 10,000 years back, Patanjali has written, and still they are actually valid. So you can consider as a testimony, is Agama testimony. Then comes as a Viparya. Viparya is wrong knowledge. So wrong knowledge is nothing but you are getting mistaken, okay, for the reality with something as of your false imagination. For example, if there is a rope, okay, and there is a darkness, and you touch that rope, and in the darkness you feel that is snake, and you are actually running away. So that is Viparya due to various reasons. Okay.
But sir, how to know whether we are getting a right knowledge or wrong, correct knowledge? How to know that?
Okay, that's actually they call as the first pramana. So you have to go through the pramana.
Okay, okay, okay.
So either you have to experience it first. So that means, take the same example. You are in the dark room. There is a rope. Okay, and you touch the rope and you felt there is a snake, and you started beating it. So how to actually get right knowledge? Maybe you actually get the light and see what is there. Maybe you touch and feel, okay, if there actually rope qualities are there, or you ask someone, okay, check it out. So all these are, so pramana is nothing but, so you apply this. Pratyaksha means see yourself. Anumana means you check it, okay, if there is a threads coming up, that means, okay, there is a rope, not a snake. Snake, you should have actually smooth skin. Or agama. Agama may not be actually kind of relevant for this example. So you have to actually put up the right knowledge to get the thing.
Viparya means Bhranti.
Viparya, yeah, could be. Viparya may not be the Bhranti. Vikalpa is more of the Bhranti in delusion.
Yeah.
Viparya is a wrong knowledge. Wrong knowledge means like, I'll explain you what is difference between Viparya and Vikalpa. See, Viparya is like just like there is a fact is something, but you are assuming that is a wrong. But you are ready to
That
actually
means,
kind of change, yeah, ready to change that if someone tells you the fact. That is different.
that means that means Bhranti, and when we will go the Pramana, then it is correct.
Yes. So, uh, so I'll come to the Vikalpa. Then I think your questions answer will come. So Vikalpa is a fantasy or imagination. So what is the difference between the Viparya and Vikalpa? So just listen carefully. Take example. So Vikalpa is nothing but you are into your own fantasy or imagination. You are in own fantasy imagination. So even someone tells you and say, take the example of same example of rope and snake. Okay. So someone says, okay, this is a rope. There's someone actually put a light on it. Okay, see, this is a rope. This is not a snake. If you're not still convinced, get convinced yourself. No, 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 this is snake only. I am only right. This is only snake. What you are saying is that is not rope, that is a vikalpa. You are in own fantasy world. You are far away from the imagination. And viparya, wrong knowledge, means someone puts the light on the rope and you realize, then you agree. Okay, I was wrong. I was thinking rope, but it is snake. I was thinking snake, but it is rope. So that is viparya. So that means you corrected your wrong knowledge and you accepted right knowledge is viparya. But in vikalpa, you are your own imagination, fantasy. You always consider that is snake only. What's the difference? So you are in your verbal relation.
That means in Vikalpa, we think that we are always right.
Always right. Always right. So even someone tells Akile, then you're always right. Then the next stage is Nidra. Nidra is also one of the modification, state of the absence of the vrittis. In Nidra, the vrittis doesn't happen. Okay. Then fifth is a Smriti. Smriti is nothing but a memory. She wrought as a recollection of the object, okay, from the other source. For example, if we have some experience and the same situation comes, I think we try to actually tend and we try to actually get the memory of the earlier experience, and our decision making or how exactly we're going to react to situation is active. That's actually they said. So vritti is one of the modifications. Okay. Uh, hmm, yeah. Yes. Correct. 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 Correct, correct. So in first is that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So that means controlling the modification of the mind is called as yoga. But how exactly you will control the modification unless until you don't understand how exactly modifications happen. So all these five ways are your modification of the mind. Okay.
That means these are the chitta bhumis, you mean? These five are
Yes.
chitta bhumis.
No, no. Chitta bhumis are state of the mind. Chitta, see, these are the fives are the chitta bhumis. So chitta bhumis is nothing but state of the mind.
State of the mind, okay.
Okay. And these are the vrittis. Five are vrittis.
Modifications.
Modifications. Okay. Modifications. Okay. Then we'll move to that. How chitta vritti nirodha. How exactly that happen? The kind of function, mind's function happens. So I tell you, it is actually manas, buddhi, chitta, and ahankara. So they actually more actually influencing each other in kind of circular way. How exactly happen? Then the five senses, your karmendriya, okay, your jnanendriya, okay. The five senses, karmendriya, they try to do some action, okay. Jnanendriya, they try to interpret. I think we got into details in earlier session also about that. They actually kind of influence the manas influence on the chitta buddhi. Then the buddhi takes the decision. The decision actually is taken by then the modification happen and the ahankara, okay, actually get influence, and then we do the kind of action. So that complete cycle is going on. Okay. So now we realize what are the chitta bhumis, what are the chitta vrittis. Okay. So chitta vritti is a modification, but it's now it should be very simple, right? If we know what these are the vrittis, this is a modification, then we should actually avoid doing this modification. We always in pramana stage. Okay. But why doesn't happen? Then Patanjali says, why doesn't happen? Because there are obstacles. Okay. He talks about the obstacles. There are chitta vikshepas, the distraction of the mind. Even if you told, okay, this is not a snake, this is a rope. Okay, still why actually we believe? Because of obstacles. So what are the nine antarayas? व्याधि स्थान संशय प्रमाद आलस्य अवृत्ति भ्रांति दर्शन अलब्ध भूमिकत्व अनवस्थानानि चित्त विक्षेपया अंतरया. So these are the nine antarayas. At least we should remember the name of it. I think I have come up with, for me actually I used to remember this like 4A, 2S, BPV or V2, SP, 2AB, 2A. Okay, so it is, or best is that actually you remember entire shloka. But if you not remember, at least you should remember Vyadhi, Stan, Samshaya, Pramada, Alasya, that is name and its meaning. So question will come. Okay, please mute if you're not talking. So question will come. Okay, please identify which is the antaraya out of following. There will be one antaraya out of that. Okay, something like that will come. Okay, so Vyadhi is nothing but a disease. Stanya means mental laziness. Please mute if you're not talking. A lot of disturbance. Samasya means is a dilemma, is kind of indecisionness. Then alas is laziness. Avarati means lack of obtaining the or abstain, not attachment. You are getting actually attached with so many things. Bhanti darshana is false perception. We saw that one of the in the last vritti. Alabdha bhumikatva means we are not able to continue on what are the path we taken. So we start the yoga, then we stop it. We start the gym, then we stop it. We do something, then we stop it. So we are not able to attain a steady state on this one. Okay. Then anavasthitani, unable to attain the stage or instability. So we are not able to actually kind of go to the next stage. So some people say that I'm actually kind of learning yoga 5 years, 6 years, but still I don't see much kind of benefit. So there is something actually wrong going on. Okay, that is anavasthanani stage. But with these obstacles, 9 obstacles, okay, it also comes 4 symptoms. That is called a vikshepa saha bhuva. Okay, Dukkha darumasya angameva chatya shwasa prashwasa vikshepa sabhuva. So there are four, with these 9 obstacles, there are 4 signs of symptoms of the obstacle comes. Okay. So if these are the signs, that means there some of the obstacles listed above will be part of it. What are those? Dukkha, that means pain, mental or physical pain. Then Dauramanasya means despair, depression. We are in a state of depression. Angamejayatva means trembling our body. Body is actually getting a lot of sweating. Okay, fear, nervousness. Shwasa prashwasa. Whenever we are not in kind of steady state, our inhalation and exhalation not steady. You can even actually observe yourself when you are actually too angry, when you are too excited, too happy, too depressed. Our breathing pattern is not steady. Breathing either it is going actually shallow or is going very fast, especially when you are angry. Okay. So what is the way how to make the mind happy? So I'll quickly go through it. So Patanjali, Sage Patanjali says, Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshana Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam Bhavana Tat Chitta Prasadanam. So that means we should have Maitri, that is friendliness towards the Sukha, that is people who are happy. Karuna, that is compassion towards the people who are unhappy. Dukkha. Mudita, that means to be happy, to be glad, state with the Punya, so with the good people. So we have to company of the good people. Upeksha, indifference. We should not hate the people who are helpless people or apunya, who are actually bad people. Okay, we should not hate people. Okay, I'll skip this. Okay, so this is not from exam question. And the last thing is that other than chitta prasadanam, there is another way. Okay, to attain the kind of happy state of mind is Ishwar pranidhana. So you surrender yourself to the kind of mighty God or Almighty God, whatever actually you say that, which larger cause, and that will be a kind of happy state or samadhi state of the mind will be attained. Yesterday we discussed about the samadhi. So I will not go into much details. So it's like a sabhi samadhi, nirbi samadhi, and dharma make samadhi. At least 3 you should remember. Okay, rest you can actually skip it. Okay. So these are summary of the chapters. I think you can actually go through later. So we'll quickly go through sadhana part. So sadhana part, in sadhana part, kriya yoga. So second part, sadhana is how part of it. How exactly we attend. He talks about why we are doing. Okay, why we have to do, because we have to attend actually samadhi, and we have to keep our mind happy. These are the 2 goals. What he talks in the first chapter, and how to do it. It's in the kriya yoga. Tapa swadhyaya ishwara pranidhanani kriya yoga. Tapa means continuous sense control, continuous efforts to move ahead. So what are actually we are doing, like you are doing the yoga, like all Ashtanga yoga, Yamaniyam, Asan, then Pranayam, Pratyahara, Sadhana, all actually you are doing the tapa. Then Swadhyaya means actually you are also studying. You are not doing the blindly. If you're not actually kind of doing blindly, that means you're not going to get the same result what we expected. If you're doing Swadhyaya, you're doing the self study. You are actually doing for yourself, for what are the improvement I should do, and the self surrender. Then completely letting it go, completely kind of ego to surrender, because ego is the one of the big obstacle. Okay, for anything that you are doing. So you have to do Ishwar Pranidhana. So if with Ishwar Pranidhana, you should able to achieve, and if you're able to do all 3, that is called as a Kriya Yoga. So Kriya Yoga, you can actually go through the Karma Yoga way, Jnana Yoga way, Bhakti Yoga way. The kind of, if you remember, session taken by Babu. Okay, it talks about all these paths. Okay, eventually all paths actually goes to the one goal. Okay, that is your Kaivalya. Okay. Then there are actually 5 types of kleshas. Okay, the klesha is nothing but poisons. What actually poisons our mind? Okay. Why exactly is come? So we talk about, okay, what is the impact of the mind? We talk about which are the 5 poisons which poisons our mind. What are the 5 bad things which poisons of the mind? Okay, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, kleshaha. So there are 5 kleshas. Okay, asmita. Well, let's start with avidya. Let's go back to sequence, is same as the sutra. Avidya, that is ignorance or lack of the spiritual knowledge. Okay, so you don't know what is going on. You are completely control of your senses. If your mind says, okay, you should eat, or your tongue says if you should more, you're completely eating. You are completely in control of your senses. That is avidya, because you don't know that the senses are controlling you. Asmita is like your ego is more than you. Okay, Everywhere there is ego. You always feel there is an ego. Okay, me, myself, that ego is coming. Raga, here raga is attachment. Okay, not actually anger. Your attachment for the pleasure, worldly temptations. You are too much attached. Okay, to getting something, getting materialistics, and there is no end for it. Okay, so that is raga. Abhinivesha, that is fear of the death or clinching of the life. So you fear for the death. You're too much kind of attached to your life. Okay, you don't feel that way. I should actually kind of could not actually kind of this life should continue for infinite years. Okay, so as they say that everyone want to go to heaven, but no one want to die. Something like that. Abhinivesha. Okay, so you are too much kind of attached. Okay, to your life. And the dvesha means you are actually hating, like you are doing aversions or the avoidance of the pain of the thing you dislike. You are actually disliking, you are hating someone. Okay, there's you don't feel good about some people. That is dvesha. These are the negative effects. Okay, comes in your mind. So these are kind of mind poison. So 5 kleshas you need to actually remember these. Okay. I will quickly touch upon Ashtanga Yoga, not in details. Yama, Yama is the social conduct. How exactly you should live in the harmonious society. Niyama is a self, you should actually kind of you should have self discipline. That is a niyamas. Then asanas is for the body. How exactly you should keep your body, because in 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 at least in yoga darshana, our body is considered a vehicle. Okay, for attaining the samadhi. So you need to keep your body, because the body and mind are so closely associated. You can't ignore body. Like your good mind always remains in the good body. So that asana is coming. Pranayama. Pranayama is more kind of first stage of controlling your actually the way you breathe, or your pran. Pran is like the way you breathe. How exactly that, because breathing and there is a state of the mind. Okay, you remember shwasa prashwasa they say that is linked with that. So if you're too angry, immediately how exactly you should control your anger? Immediately, if you're able to control and you kind of concentrate on your breathing, you will realize, okay, you are able to calm down, okay, your mind very, very quickly. Okay, and you can experience that. So that's actually pranayama is better. Pratyahara is nothing but detachment, not getting attached to with so many things, or not the attached with so many kind of worldly pleasure, or even actually any activity, so that become addiction. Okay, so the pratyahara. Then the dharana is nothing but the concentration. So you are actually preparing your mind for the concentration, for the only thinking about the one point, reducing the wandering of your mind. So that is called as dharana. And then the dhyan is nothing but meditation. So your dharana actually continue for the longer period, okay, without any kind of modification. Then you are into dhyan, and after that you attend to samadhi. Out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are called as Bahiranga Yoga. Okay, and 6, 7, 8 Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi is called as Antaranga Yoga, and Pratyahara is called as a bridge between the Bahiranga Yoga and Antaranga Yoga. And all these 8 together is called as Ashtanga Yoga. So question will come, we say that Asana is part of which yoga? Antaranga Yoga, Bahiranga Yoga. Okay,
सर
so yeah.
सर ये धारणा आपने मेडिटेशन बताया.
No, the
Dharana.
dharana is a concentration.
Concentration.
Yes,
And
yes.
then
Dhyan is a
after
meditation. Dhyan is meditation.
okay sir, thank you sir.
Dharana is concentration. So you're concentrating, okay, on this one.
ठीक है, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll skip this, okay. I'll skip this. You can go through that. Okay, then we'll quickly discuss about the Vibhuti. In Vibhuti path, okay, he talks about so many powers, okay, you get because of you're following all these. So basically, you're following the Kriya Yoga, you're following the Ashtanga Yoga. So basically, in today's class, Srinivas Pullariji was telling Ashtanga Yoga is for the Adhamadhikari. Okay, there are 3 types of students. There is Adhamadhikari who are actually beginner. Okay, who are beginner for the path of the yoga. He should start with the Ashtanga Yoga. So that means he should start with Yama. He start with Niyama. He start with Asana, then Pranayama, and actually go for Samadhi. This is kind of way for the beginners. If you already actually attend some kind of level, okay, then you can directly go to Kriya Yoga. So the Kriya Yoga is for the Madhyamadhikari. Okay, and then Uttamadhikari, which directly actually get into the Samadhi state. So in Vibhuti path, it talks about what are the definitions of Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi more in details. It talks about Sanyama and the Siddhis. What are the various Siddhis? So what is Sanyama? Dharana, Dhyan and Samadhi. Okay. So Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana. Okay. So that is the concentration. How exactly concentration is happening. Okay. It is actually Dharana. Then Taraya Pratyay Ekatanatam Dhyanam. So you are completely, so in concentration, nothing but if you are focusing on kind of one thought, one object, one state of the mind, and you are remaining in that state for a prolonged period is nothing but a concentration. Okay. Then you are remaining in the same state, actually prolonged state is nothing but the meditation. So dharana is concentration. Okay. Then dhyan is a meditation, and then if you are in kind of dhyan stage. Okay. Sarupa Shunya Evitam Samadhi means that you are completely, there is no difference between you and the complete universe. You completely get attached with the universe. That stage is called a Samadhi. And all these three stages together is called as a Sanyama. Okay. So I'll talk about Siddhis. So I think level 2, you just at least understand these Siddhis. Level 1, they are not Siddhis. You can even skip these Siddhis for the level 1. So Anima Siddhi is nothing but you are like animal. Actually, we are actually considering microscopic world. You are becoming so micro so that no one actually able to see you. Okay. Mahima Siddhi means you become infinitely large. Okay. Ability to see you for the structure of the galaxy. You are even become larger than this one. So if you recall some of the stories, okay, from Rama and Mahabharata, you will see that these are actually the Lajima Siddhi means you are becoming weightless like light or air. Okay. Prapti Siddhi, so you are able to travel anywhere, okay, within kind of fraction of seconds. Okay, so that's Siddhi. Then Prayakama Siddhi means manifest desires or realize objects. Okay, and then Isiva Siddhi means ability to create or destroy it. Okay, so you remember a lot of Shapa curse used to given by yogis. Okay, those curses were coming from these Siddhis. So these Siddhis are actually explained. Okay, there are a few more Siddhis. I just said 9 Siddhis are explained here. No need to go in detail, but at least you will, in level 2, you'll get what is Anima Siddhi, and you'll get the Anima Siddhi is related with this, or Mahima Siddhi is related with this, or Garima Siddhi, okay, is related with this. Something like will come into picture. Okay, this is a summary. Then the Kaivalya Pada. Kaivalya Pada means you are actually kind of coming to the final liberation. Okay, so that's actually talk about the Kaivalya Pada. Okay, so it kind of means of attending the experience, emergence of the master of the mind, action of the karma, what are the gunas, what is the subconscious mind, whatever. All the details has been given in Kaivalya Pada. Okay. So from exam perspective, this chart you should remember. Okay. So when you say 4 padas, you should remember 4 padas. Ashtanga Yoga, you should know Yama Niyam. Okay. All these questions, we are going to start the questions now. Still we have, I think, 15-20 minutes. We'll start. Then 5 Chitta Bhumis, Chitta Vrittis, Chitta Kleshas, 9 Antarayas. This is nothing but summary of Patanjali Yoga Sutra from the YCP exam point of view for level 1, level 2. These charts, these kind of tables. Okay, so when you say Chitta Prasadam, you should know Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. And what actually Chitta Prasadam is for, Sukha, Dukha, Punya, Apunya. There should be mapping. Then 9 Antarayas, you should know Vyadhi, Sthana, Samasya, Pramada, Avirati, okay, Alasya, Avirati, Bhakti Darshana. So this I think you should remember. Maybe you can only focus on this as summary, and you should be able to. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So I thought I got. Are you able to see my presentation? I'm talking about now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you able to see my presentation?
Yeah, sir. Tips and tricks.
Hello?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Okay, okay, okay. So we'll stop here from theory part. Yeah, so we'll stop here from the this point of view.